It's just so peaceful. I just absolutely love this. I could definitely get used to this every single morning. Coming back from a holiday is honestly, in my opinion, one of the hardest things because you just never want to leave. It's always such an amazing time, and my motivation just goes out the window. It was just such an incredible week. It was so relaxing. We had such an amazing time being able to just read in the garden, enjoy being in nature, go on some nice walks, go to the beach. It was definitely a holiday that was very much needed for sure. Pretty much since being back, I have just been trying to catch up on my reading and get back into finishing my reading challenge. So in case you don't know, I've decided to just participate in a really random book challenge that I just Googled, and it's called Read the Rainbow. And it's just where you get a book and read it that corresponds to the color of the rainbow. I'm on my second to last book. I'm about 70% of the way through my book for Orange, which is The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul. And then I have my green book, which is The Spell Shop. And then my reading challenge is done. So I'm hoping to finish those 2 books this week if I can. But I'm not going to talk about the book challenge too much because I am going to be posting my video very soon of the whole completion of the challenge. So make sure to stay tuned for that one because it's been such a fun challenge. And if I can encourage people to take part in that challenge, I'd absolutely love to do that. I do have some bookish updates for you. I have some little bits of merchandise that I really want to show you. I also have some book updates that are outside of my book challenge. And I also purchased a couple of books this month as well. So I'm going to show you what I got. But first I have a delivery that I want to show you because I have been very excited to receive these packages and I really want to get them open and have a look. So I know what both of them are. This big white box is actually another typewriter. And then this one is a pre-order that I got from Waterstones. I do already own 2 typewriters. However, one of them is actually going to my best friend. I just need to put the ribbon in and make sure it all works. I absolutely love collecting typewriters and vintage things. I do use them though. They don't just sit there. I do absolutely love using my typewriters. But this one I got because for one, it was only £20, which for a typewriter is really, really good. But also it's a different color. This one is like a beigey white, whereas the one that I have now is more of a green. So I'll use that one in the summer, and then towards kind of autumn, winter, I will use this one because I just think it looks a little bit more nicer. And I think it also goes with my desk a little bit more. If I could collect any other typewriter, I would absolutely love to get my hands on a Royal typewriter or a Remington one. I just think they are so nice looking. They're very authentic, so vintage. And I did spot a couple when I went to Edinburgh early on in the year, but I couldn't really bring a typewriter home with me. I don't even know if they were for sale. I don't know if they were just display ones, but yeah, I would absolutely love to get my hands on either one of those typewriters. But for now, this will do. So yeah, let's unbox these and make sure they're okay. I love how it also says fragile on the box to make sure they're carrying it safely. Me too, box. Me too. So it's kind of been packaged in multiple bin bags, so I'm gonna have to quickly get these off. I'll be back. It ended up having quite a few layers of bin bags on there. It was like playing past the parcel. It was great. He did say that the case wasn't in great condition. All of the zips have unfortunately broken, but to be honest with you, it's just to keep it safe and protected for now. I'm probably end up gonna get rid of this. Let's have a look at the typewriter. Oh, it even has the instruction manual. That is great. Oh, there's like a protective case on there as well. That's really nice. To be honest, everything just needs a bit of a dust off and I think it'll be good. Looking at it straight away, it looks like it's in really good condition. It's a lot more beige than I thought it was going to be as well. It looked more white, unless that was just my eyes. But I'm really happy with that because brown's my favourite colour. So yeah, that looks really, really good. It looks a little bit more grey on camera, I think. But yeah, it's definitely more beige. By the look of it, the keys look like they're all working as well. None of them seem to be getting stuck. So that's really, really good. Honestly, I'm really happy with that. For 20 quid, that's a steal. It does look like it's got a ribbon already in there, but I think that's probably all dried out by now. It's probably not been used for a really long time. I'm looking forward to typing on that. He did say there was some paint marks at the front, but to be honest with you, I think that will come off with some soapy water or some nail polish remover. I don't think that would affect the paint. So yeah, I am super happy with that. I'll definitely have to give you an update once I've tested this. Also wanted to quickly show you this as well, which is something that I got on holiday and I'm really, really excited to use this. After we went to the castle, we found like a gift shop at the end, and inside they had a feather and quill set, and look how cool this is. So it comes with a little stand and it has a little ink pot as well. I've always wanted a feather pen, and this one, like, look at the detailing on that. It just looks so cool. We'll definitely be using that and using it to write some letters. Me and my nan write each other letters now and then, so yeah, I'll use it for that. But I had to show you this because I just thought it was way too cool not to. This is what it looks like now I've got it set up. It's gonna look so good on my desk. I've popped it on here just for the sake of this video though. Oh my goodness, it just looks so cool. But yeah, really, really happy with that purchase. And then the Waterstones package that I was talking about that I have received is one that I've been waiting for quite a few months now, and I pre-ordered it quite some time ago, and it is The Cut by Richard Armitage, and this is a crime thriller. Richard is my favorite actor. I think he is so talented, but he has also written books, and this is his most recent one, and he is actually doing a UK tour for this book that I am going to, and I want to make sure I read this book by the time I get to go to that, just in case they do a Q&A and I get to ask a question or something about this book. Follows the main character called Ben, and back when he was in secondary school 30 years ago, one of his friends had been killed, but another friend of his had actually been sent to prison as they believed they were the one that committed the crime. But going back to the present, the little village that Ben and his family live in is actually being turned into a movie set. And Ben's son Nathan actually ends up getting the lead role in the movie. When Ben asks Nathan what the movie is actually about and what it is that he is doing, he begins to realize that the movie is actually based on what happened 30 years ago. And because of this, he starts to get really, really worried because there are lots of dangerous things that happened back then, and he doesn't really want his son to have to experience all of those really horrible feelings and situations that they went through. So Ben has to decide whether he wants to prioritize the safety of his children or opening up some wounds from the past. But by the look of it, there are lots of secrets that are going to be revealed, and there are also just things that turned out to not be true 30 years ago. So I'm so excited to see how this pans out. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to visualize Richard as Ben, the main character in this book. I don't know why, but it just feels like it's going to be a really immersive and cinematic read. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Going back to the beginning of the month as well, me and my best friend, we attended a craft market together, and I did buy some items, and a few of them are bookish related things, so I definitely want to show you what I got from the market. First couple of things were items that were actually given to us for completely free for literally just attending the event, which I thought was really, really wholesome, considering everyone is a small business and they could have very easily charged us for this. I just thought that was really kind of them to do something like that. First of all was this little crocheted little coaster. It's honestly amazing what people can do. I would love to do something like that. I did actually take up crocheting. I think it was last year or the year before. I did one thing and then it kind of went into my hobby graveyard, as people call it. But I would love to get back into it. I just found it a little bit complex, but I think I probably just need to practice more, to be honest. And then we also got this really cute little keychain as well, which I thought was really, really wholesome. And it also came with these cute little stickers as well. So for freebies, I just thought that was really nice of them to do that. Going into the bookish items, the first thing I have is this really cute little dragon phone charm. I don't actually own a phone charm, and my new case that I have now has the little hole for this, so I'm looking forward to putting that on my phone. And then from the same shop is this magnetic dragon bookmark as well. I love magnetic bookmarks because they're not as easy to lose, and I just think they are so much better to stick onto the page. Coming up to spooky season, I thought it suited it really, really well. It's this really, really cute ghost / pumpkin bat mushroom leaf bookmark. It's just so cute. I absolutely love the design on that one. I can't wait to use that. And then last bookmark, which is probably my favorite one, is this silly goose bookmark. Again, it's also magnetic, but I just absolutely love this so much. Ducks, birds, they're all my favorite, so I could not walk away without getting that. Staying on the whole goose theme, I got this certified goose badge as well. So that's going to be going straight on my bag. And I am also a huge Pokemon fan, and one of the sellers were doing little Pokemon badges, so I got my favorite, which is Rowlet. So again, I couldn't really say no to that. And this item, I just had to get it because I knew for a fact I'd be using it constantly, especially in autumn. And it is this handmade cup sleeve, and the mug came with it as well. I chose this one because where it was orange, I thought it was kind of autumnal. I didn't actually realize the mug came with it though. I literally thought I was paying for just the sleeve. So when she gave me the mug as well, I was really happy about that because who doesn't love a good mug? Yeah, this will be making its appearances in future videos because in seasons like autumn especially, I love having a hot drink with me whilst I talk because it keeps my hands warm. Very happy with all of those purchases. Going into some book updates. So I did take 2 books with me on holiday because I wasn't too sure how much reading I was going to do. I felt like I was going to do loads and sit outside, but in reality, we ended up being out most of the day and enjoying ourselves. So either way, I took something just in case. First book I took with me was Days at the Murasaki Bookshop because it was just a really small book. So I thought I would get through it if I could, but I ended up not really reading that much, and I read most of it when I got home. I pretty much finished it in one sitting. So that was that one. This was also part of my book challenge for Yellow. So I will be covering this book in that video. But the main book that we wanted to take with us, because we both always said we wanted to buddy read this together, was Want by Gillian Anderson. I also just want to say a huge thank you to Bloomsbury for sending me this book, and being part of the circle is such an incredible opportunity. So I am so forever grateful. Thank you so, so much for sending me this. This isn't a book I would normally pick up and read whatsoever, but something has always interested us with this book. So we decided, you know what, let's just pick it up, give it a go, give it a read. And we actually had a really good good time reading it together. It was really interesting sharing each other's thoughts and opinions about the book. It was definitely fascinating for sure. Got about 45% of the way through, but because like I said, we were so busy on holiday, we didn't actually get around to finishing the book. I love Gillian Anderson. I don't know much about her as a person, but I know her obviously as an actor, and I absolutely adored her character in Netflix's TV show of Sex Education. I just think she was a person that everyone should have in their life. She was just such a motherly figure. She was so good at bringing confidence out in people. In case you've never seen this book before, it's about basically people's fantasies and what they want in that aspect of their life. And I wanted to read this because I really wanted to see what Gillian kind of had to say about different things, and I wanted to see why she wanted to write a book like this. And it was really interesting because she does explain her reasons why, and it's just nice that she wanted to give people the opportunity to say what's on their mind and make it anonymous. It was really interesting in that sense, but it didn't actually really end up being like that. Gillian does mention things throughout the book now and then, typically at each kind of section in the story. It's split up into kind of different contents, but for some reason I thought there was kind of going to be explanations as to maybe why people feel certain ways or why they feel like this, or maybe even help and advice, but that's not what really it is. It is literally just letters submitted by people. So like I said, it's interesting in that sense, but I just don't know if I'm really getting much from it. I don't know if I'm going to pick the book back up anytime soon, because going into September and October and basically autumn and cozy season now, there are so many other books I want to prioritize. But a really good thing about this book is that there is no storyline to it. So because they're just random letters, you can pick up and read this literally whenever you want to. You can read a couple of the letters and then put it down, pick it up months later, and it's not going to affect where you are in the book. I am interested as to whether I would pick this book up, not because I wasn't enjoying it. It was a very interesting read for sure. However, I just feel like it started getting really repetitive, and you kind of began to notice that a fair few of them were very similar. I don't know. I kind of want to finish it because I just felt so intrigued as to what people's thoughts and feelings were, and reading other people's opinions and story and life is just naturally really interesting to me. It's one of those where I really don't know if I want to pick it back up or not. And like I said, it is a little bit repetitive, so I'll have to update you on this one. And then finally, I did buy a couple of books this month. Typically I only buy books from charity shops, but one of the books Ash very kindly got for me whilst he was on holiday, and I have been wanting this book for a really long time now, and that is I Who Have Never Known Men. And I honestly cannot wait to dive into this book. It's definitely going on my September TBR. It follows a story about 39 women who very deep underground are being kept in cages. They are constantly being watched by guards, but they have no recollection of how they even got there, and they don't really have any memories. But then there is a 40th survivor, and I think by the sound of it, she ends up being the key to survival and how they all end up escaping. I love these kind of books because they are the ones that really tend to make you open your eyes to certain things. And whilst there are fictional stories, because you know that sometimes these awful things can happen, it really just makes you think, oh my God, like, what would people do in these type of situations? This is one of those books though where I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about it. I think everyone that I've seen so far talk about this book has rated it 5 stars, and my best friend has recommended this so much to me, and I just know already it's going to be a good read. So yeah, cannot wait to read this book. And then the last book I found, I was actually really shocked by, because where it's such a popular book, I just didn't expect to see it in a charity shop. And it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I will hold my hands up and say I have never actually read a book by V.E. Schwab. I know, it's a crime. You can put me behind bars. It's absolutely fine. And this cost me only £3.50 as well. Some people might say that that is a little bit expensive for a charity shop book, and I can see why, especially because even myself, a lot of the books that I've purchased from charity shops in the past have only been 50p to a couple of pounds. But considering it says this book is supposed to be £18 and I got it for £3.50, I'm definitely not going to complain, especially because I know how popular this book is and how good it's supposed to be. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I've heard everyone say it's like a 4 or 5 star reads, and I think I've even seen a couple of 6-star reads for this as well. So again, really excited to dive into this. Looking at what it says, it follows the story of Addie, who by the sound of it has kind of gone through multiple lives. And one day she walks back into a bookshop and she bumps into someone called Henry. And after 300 whole years, which is such a long time, Addie's life begins restarting and Henry and her seem to start intertwining their lives together. But there seems to be lots of consequences and decisions that have to be made. It says it's a dazzling adventure across centuries and continents, across history and art, about a young woman learning how far she will go to leave her mark on the world. It just sounded right up my alley, so there was no way I could walk out of the shop without having this in my hand. I have so many books that I am so incredibly excited to read soon, and yeah, I cannot wait to dive into them. That's definitely another book I think I'm going to have to add to my September TBR. Speaking of September TBR, I have 2 videos which I am going to be releasing soon, and I'm very excited for you to see them. First of all is, like I mentioned earlier, my book challenge. It's going to be all complete. I'm going to talk you through all the books that I read, a little bit about them in case you're interested, and of course what my overall thoughts and feelings were, and that's all going to be in a spoiler-free way as well. So stay tuned for that. But then the video that I am most excited for, I can't lie, is my September reset video. Coming up to cozy season now, we're going to be redecorating, we're going to get some autumn decor and go and buy some from shops, and I'll be taking you with me. I'll take you through what my September TBR is going to be as well. I'm probably going to end up collating all the books that I want to read from now until the end of October, and then I'll just pick the ones that I want to read for September, because October's probably going to be more thrillers and horror. Honestly, cannot wait for that one. Cozy season is my favorite. I absolutely love it. I look forward to it every single year. I could be an autumn girly all year round. Honestly, it needs to be a thing. But yeah, can't wait for you to see that video too. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite read of August has been, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.